Hi, this is Robin from Donorfy. Pleased to be able to show you some new features that are coming out in the May 2021 update of Donorfy. So there's a whole bunch of features, as you can see from that page, and we're going to work through them one by one. So let's start with giving stats. As you may know, on a constituent page in Donorfy, you've always had some giving stats top right that you can expand, and this is a slightly updated version of that. So you can see there now we've got first, last, and average gift values. But if you then click the down arrow, you then get a much more comprehensive page of giving stats than you were getting before. So you can see a few more summary stats at the top right, but then on the bottom half of that stats area, you can see it split down into years. One note about the years is that you'll notice if you look closely there that they say 1st of April to the 31st of March. That's not hardwired into Donorfy, that's something that you can control as well with your Donorfy settings in your account. What you might also notice is that at the very bottom you've got non-gift income. So this dashboard or this giving stats is really geared around giving, and what you'll need to do in your Donorfy system is switch some of your products to be non-gift if you don't want them to appear in your gift income summaries above. So we show non-gift income at the bottom, but the rest of the dashboard is the stats is all concerned with giving products. How do you do that? Well, in your stats, in your settings, you're going to have to go to your products. We will have switched them all on to be gift income. At that bottom field there, it currently says yes on this one. This is a donation product, so yes, it's gift income. But if you had other products like merchandise or event fees, then you would want to switch that off and have those bits of income showing in the non-gift income category. So that's one thing that you should really look at as soon as you can now, so that you get accurate numbers in your stats panel. Next, the donor pyramid has had a bit of a facelift as well, so you've been able to set the value bands for a little while now so that you can make them fit your categorization of donor bands A to E, but you can now also set a time frame according to those years that we looked at just now. So just the current year according to your reporting year, or current year minus 1, 2, 3, and then lifetime as well. So that's a new bit of configuration there to make your donor pyramid perhaps a bit more flexible for you. Next, lists have had a bit of an overhaul as well in some areas. One small but popular feature, I think, will be the horizontal scroll bar at the bottom there. So if you want to put a list together with lots of columns, more than comfortably fit across the page, you can do that now, and you'll have to scroll across to see all of them. But also in lists, if you've ever tried to pick a field to appear in your list results, you'll know that the column selector, the field selector, has been a big panel of lots and lots of fields. We've now made that a lot easier by categorizing the fields. So when you click on the column selector, you'll get those categories, and then you can go into each category and pick the fields you want. So if it's giving stats you want from the current year, or if it's contact details, or if it's just general stuff about the constituent, you would know where to go and pick those out. You can still search for a field name there too, if you like. Next up, Virgin Money Giving. You can now import the payments report from VMG. Previously, you've been able to import the donations, which you can still do, which are notification of donations that have been made, but you can now import your payments report as well. What does that give you? Well, that gives you payout information so that you'll know what to look for on your bank statement. They'll have a reference in there that tells you what's going to appear on your bank statement, and also the gift aid that Virgin Money Giving have recovered for you on your behalf. That will be in that report, and that will then be updated on the constituent record, the fact that VMG have claimed that gift aid for you. So import your payments reports from VMG from this month onwards. Next, if you're using the opportunities feature, you might find this interesting. So there's a new tab at the top of the screen there. You'll see there's the opportunities and settings tabs, and there's a new one now called prospects. This is just a simple way for you to manage all of your prospects constituents in one place. so you don't have to sort of switch between constituents and then come back to opportunities all the time to manage this information. Really flexible and extensive filtering features down the left hand side there, and you can add prospects from here as well by clicking on the Add Prospect button at the top, and they'll come ready-made with all the prospect research information enabled on their record. So just a nice way for you to manage your prospects from there. Next, changing gear again, if you use the Facebook Donate integration, what you may have realized, some organizations for some reason, known only to Facebook, they've been set up with a payout currency which is different to their home currency. So let's say you're a UK charity, your home currency is going to be pounds, but sometimes Facebook decide that you actually want to be paid out in dollars, and in doing so it converts it back into pounds in your bank account. So you get this sort of double whammy conversion going on. Well, what we've done now in Donorfy is that for organizations who are afflicted by that, and there are a few, is we've been able to say, right, your payout currency is in dollars, and therefore we're going to exchange it back in Donorfy so that in your stats it will read in pounds, and this is where you set up the exchange rate for that to happen with. So yeah, slightly niche problem perhaps for some people, but quite a problem if you do have it, that is now resolved by this feature. Major new thing in Donorfy, which we're really excited about, is the Security Center. Security Center is a place where you can review and have highlighted to you your current security kind of rating within Donorfy, and gives you tips on how to tighten up your security so that you can protect your data, your donors' data, going forward. And you can see on my example here, I have a pretty poor score of E. It goes from A to E on my scale of possible scores, but it's showing me now the things I can do in order to improve that security, such as enabling two-factor authentication across the organization, or making sure that I don't have users in there that haven't logged in for some time. So that's a really key bit of information for you there as a manager of your Donorfy, and we'll be extending that in the future to incorporate other factors that will contribute to a score one way or the other. And then lastly, on a similar note, your users, if you want to check when they last signed in, you've got a nice thing now on the users list down there on the right hand side saying the last sign-in date when that happened, giving you a sense of how active they are in terms of their use of the CRM, but also you can then maybe fish out any that don't need the system anymore and keep it nice and secure by removing them. So that's those features. They'll all be with you in the first week of May, and hope you like them. If you want to find out all the info and the knowledge base articles behind any of them, then good place to start will be our blog, where we're summarizing all of these features and providing links across to the blog. And we're also going to put this video onto Donorfy Chat and links to the blog as well on there. So thanks for listening. Hope you enjoy them, and we'll speak soon. Bye-bye.